What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Thaddeus Shade.
I'm not even playing on my blackness.
You got clout, let me hear what this about. That shade said you really different, took a different route. That shade, if you looking up, can we taste it now? That shade, without a doubt, this that season of a cloud.
Assistant manager at a Family Dollar in the Midwest.
That shade, you got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shade, you got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shade, without a doubt, this that season of a cloud. That shade.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Thaddeus Shade. You are listening to the Odd Nerd podcast. Let's go give him a clap for him, baby. And let me take a sip of my coffee. Now, listen. I just want to say that I just want to say, man, me and my guy Visionz, we like to get our gamble on. We like to get our gamble on. It's nice, it's refreshing, it gives you a bit of a high, definitely can give you a low, right? Lately, me and him, we like to do wild parlays. We're not professional. Listen, we don't make it a profession. It's not a living. But we like to get our parlay on. I hit for 1,200 almost like 3 weeks ago. It was a nice parlay. It was a halftime parlay. I pulled it out my ass. I pulled a victory. It was nice. It was almost 1,300. I pulled it out. It was a nice win. Most of the time we're just losing. We're really close, but we don't pull out the pocket money. You know what I'm saying? So look, yesterday, me and the Viz, right? We're on the phone. We're watching our Warriors. We're big Warriors fans. He's from Detroit. He's a big Detroit fan. I can give a hootie about Detroit. He won't like to hear about that, right? But we put money up on the games yesterday, and we put a parlay together that had like 4 teams. They were all playing at 6-10. I like to do halftime bets when there's like multiple games because I can cash in on those motherfuckers. And yeah, bro, like it's crazy because, dude, when we put this spread down, bro, Josh Giddey. Boy, oh boy. With a butter knife, I will cut up the interior of your car. With a butter knife. I will get in your car and I will get in there and I will gut the interior of that shit with a butter knife. How dare you? I asked for 10 points. You gave me 8 for 2 quarters. You gave me 8 points. I got other names for you, but I won't call it because I think you're a good basketball player. You just happened to play me yesterday. Shame on you. I'm a Stranger Things fan. You see the Stranger Things shirt? Yes, you do. I am a fan of Stranger Things. I just want to say that real quick as I get back to bitching about Josh Giddey not giving me 10 points, only giving me 8. I am frustrated, man, because you cost me bread, bro. What is your problem? Karl Anthony Towns. Brother, now from a basketball standpoint, I don't think you'll be in New York next year. This ain't me being rude. That's just me talking basketball with you. From me to you, I don't think you'll be in New York next year. You're not giving them what they need, man. Everybody around you are dogs, man. They're pit bulls. Them pity pits, man. They go after people. They take a hit, they get back up. You, sir, it's not to be. I'm not gonna say anything. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get nasty. You, sir, are a 3-point shooter. You're a finesse guy. You don't see. I did that, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to be mean. See, I came through, gave him some love. He's a finesse guy. He shoots the 3. You know, he doesn't have the pit bull in him. He's a flower. He's a pretty flower floating on the back of a bottle in the middle of an ocean. That's who he is. He's not a ball. He's not a dog. He doesn't get in there. He doesn't fight an elbow. He doesn't post up the small guys. He doesn't post up the big guy. He shoots the 3. He takes him off the dribble, and he sometimes just disappears a lot, like my father did when he had me. All right, cool. Couldn't give me 15 points. I'm sad. All right, that's my second bet because I needed 15 from you, pal. Ooh. What hurts me the most, ladies and gentlemen, $2,200 bet, $2,300 bet. Okay. Me and my guy put a halftime bet together. Everything's smacking except my Warriors. Now, listen, I know the Warriors to some are playing with, LA Fitness hopefuls, but I know my team, and these guys are balling. They're playing hard. They should have won that game yesterday against the Pelicans. They beat Denver, the team, the day before or the game before. They should have beat the Pelicans yesterday. I'm talking real basketball. They should have beat them yesterday. Somehow they dropped the ball. They were playing like dog wash. I don't know how that happens, but those moments is when you can really see that, they don't have a superstar. Those are when everybody else is on that weird bullshit, that's when your superstar is like, I got us. And they were on some weird bullshit, and then they lost to the Pelicans, who just got Murray back. And Murray looked good to me. It looked solid to me. He looked like he missed a whole physical year and calendar year, and he looked good to me coming back from injury. So from a real basketball standpoint, they should have won that game. Because I don't know how you go out there and you beat the Denver Nuggets, then you go out there and play the New Orleans Pelicans and you play like LA Fitness people. We don't understand. Us regulars at the house don't understand how that happens. We really don't. And I know I'm supposed to be talking about betting, but let me just hold off. Let me talk about basketball. This same team that does not have Jimmy Butler, nor did they have Porzingis, nor they did not have Steph Curry, they were able to go out there, ladies and gentlemen, and they were able to beat the Denver Nuggets with Murray and Jokic on the floor. Now, granted, they're at home, and I don't like using home because when you've played without your star long enough, you're just a unit now. There's no home court. To me, home court advantage semi-flies out the window. When you've been playing without your star on the road, at home, you are a unit. You remove the home court away from the others. You have been playing as a unit. You have not been playing with your guys. You guys are now a unit. You can go on and play as you are a Butler or as a Steph Curry, as a unit. Not as one, but as a unit, you can now play like them because those are the guys who go on the road and play like themselves, right? Now, damn, I just talked some real basketball with you guys right there. Now, to watch them go down to New Orleans, and I don't know if they got like some gumbo or they met up with that voodoo lady named Charlene, and they got touched up, and or they had some of that gumbo that Zion was having a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, but they went out there and they shat the bed last night, and they fudged up my bet, ladies and gentlemen. They absolutely fudged up my bet. I needed Will Richards, who's a young rookie, to give me 5. Rookie, you can give me 5, man. I need it. Oh, wait, everybody else. Gary to give me 5. He got 4. Shame. 2,300. 2,300 bennies, man. 2,300s. Man, it is a tough motherfucking day for Thaddeus Shade. I'll be back tonight, though. Detroit play OKC. I'll be back. I'm putting some money up on that game. The gambling don't stop, ladies and gentlemen. I don't stop gambling on myself. I'm not going to stop gambling on sports. That's just the truth. Now, let's go. It is February 26th, and this is Thaddeus Shade, the Odd Nerd Podcast. Let's go. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Tomorrow, 2026, the best movie franchise of all time, Scream 7, will be dropping. I'll be there. I'm so excited. Hopefully I'm going to go get a shirt. I get a whole thing. I'm going to buy the popcorn bucket when I get to Harkins, Tempe Marketplace. I'm going to buy the popcorn bucket. I'm going to have a shirt. I might even go get a hat because I'm stupid like that. I might have my own special mug. Who knows what I'm going to do? Because I'm a big Scream fan. 1996 was the year I was introduced. Wes Craven introduced me to Scream. He introduced me to Ghostface. Right? I was a wee lad in Kansas City, Missouri, watching stuff I probably wasn't supposed to watch because it was still rated R. It's pretty, you think about the 90s, it's had some brutal killings in there. And I was 13 at the time. Don't do the math. Don't be weird. Don't be weird and do the math on that. Just focus on the story. All right? Ghostface tapped into a market where people were using phones. Man, they had house phones, cordless phones, cord phones. People would call. You listen, if you called my house playing on the phone, man, if you were my friend or you were, one of the ladies I was dealing with back when I was a middle schooler and you was upset with me, you was calling, playing on my phone, you know who had to deal with that? Me. My mother didn't like it. Me and my brothers had to deal with it. Now, if you called the phone and you was playing on the phone, that was either a gintu chop to the throat or a knee to the face or just a straight headlock for 5 minutes until X-Files was about to come on and she'd be like, and then she'd be like, I gotta go watch X-Files. And she would leave us alone. But let me tell you, man, they tapped into something because everybody was playing on people's phones. You get creepy calls all the time. Star 69 and all that shit. I can't remember if she Star 69 anybody. No, because Star 69, redial. Was that was in Scream 2. Look at me. You see how I'm working? Scream 2 is when she's talking about just Star 69 his ass. Star 69 his ass. Yeah. So I don't know if they had it in 96. That's when the first one dropped. And I just want to let you know, man, like it felt like he was going for more of a Nancy. And there's a nice little plug of Freddie in there. The janitor in there, his name is Freddie. And I'm starting to think that he was going for kind of like that. Remember Johnny Depp is in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy couldn't act in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. And Neve Campbell, and I love her to death because she's in Lincoln Lawyers Fire, right? But she couldn't act. Like, well, it seemed like she couldn't act, but I know she can act. But it just seemed like maybe they was playing on the Nancy and, remember Johnny Depp being in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Then they had the guy that kind of reminds me of Johnny Depp, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't Johnny Depp, but he just kind of looked like Johnny Depp. And I can't think of his name. My bad, because I know you can act too, bro. My bad. So I'm looking forward to that. That drops tomorrow. And as we go on through the episode, I'll definitely be talking about Scream just randomly because I think it's fun just to be random as fuck. I don't think it should be ever, when you get here, I don't think you should ever just be like, oh, he's giving me all the information in the world, because you'll get some gems if you just stick with me. I'll give you gems about TV shows, movies, marketing on social media. You may learn how to grow your social media, make some money off your social media. You may get all the time. You don't know what you're going to get from me. You may get some heartfelt words, some true words, some semi words, some bullshit, some scoop, doop. You don't know what you're going to get from Shade, because I'm the real deal Holyfield. Now you hookers and hoes know how I feel. And now, before I get into some more Scream, we were supposed to be going down to Mexico. This is the second week of March. We had planned on going down. Now, look, I have been to Mexico. This is Rocky Point, Sonora, right? Sonora is Rocky Point. I have been a couple of times, ladies and gentlemen. And first time I went, if you go listen to past episodes, I can't remember what episode it was. I talked about my adventure into Mexico. It was not fun. Well, this is how I went. My boy Davion, he had a rental, and the rental wasn't cleared for him to take it across the border. They said, oh, man, you trying to steal this motherfucker, nigga. You know you black. You can't do that shit. You can't cross the border. You can't be black and try to steal the rental. Your ass going to jail. They told him, said, nah, you got to go back over to America, and you got to get this shit settled. We need to see an email. We need to see a text message. We need to get a phone call. Somebody saying you good to go. They said, okay, bet. So we was behind them. We all went back through, right? GQ told me, this is Davion, he told me, he said, man, all you need is your motherfucking license, man. You don't need nothing else. I swear to God, you don't need nothing else, player. I said, okay, cool, because I had my passport. I wasn't even thinking. It was Rocky Point. I went down to Rocky Point before when I had to record, when I was rapping, because I was a rapper. And when I was rapping, I went to Rocky Point before, and I had to perform down there in a hole in the wall, literally a hole in the wall. It was a hole in the wall. And when we turn around to go back, I have to show the American people my ID. It's a black lady. She goes, I won't say my government name. She goes, you don't have any more information? And I was like, nah, because that's all that was told of me to have bring was that information there. And he told me not to bring anything else because he said that's all I had needed. And she's like, oh, okay. So then she printed out something and she put it on the window and told us to go over there. I said, oh, man, here we go. Now, I've never been through anything like this, but they came outside, told everybody to get out of the car. We got out of the car. They, said leave everything in the car. Cool. We took our cell phones. I'm going to speed this up because y'all want you to listen to the past episode. So, boom, took cell phones. Boom. I basically ended up in the back room with a white man and a Border Patrol guy. And the Border Patrol guy, I remember you, sucker. He wouldn't even look at me while the white man was torturing me. He was back there hitting me with books. He was kicking me and shit. He didn't really do that, but he was mentally fucking with me, and it wasn't cool at all. But it was a panic situation. But I got out of that. Went down there, and I had a solid time, man. I had a good time. We go to this place called Encantonate Towers. At that time, they were still building some of the other towers, but we were there, and it felt like a place where you look around, you be like, okay, yeah, I'll stay on the resort. I won't go anywhere else. I'll stay on the resort. That's where it looked like. It's like, the resort it is. But we ended up going to Toxic Coffee, which I really love. That's a beautiful place, a little coffee spot. It's like up to date, feels kind of hip, kind of cool. Can I say hip without judgment? What's the word the young folks use? I am Thaddeus Shea. This is the Odd Nerd. Scream 7 comes out tomorrow.
Tatum, just get in the car.
Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Hello,
Sydney. Hello, Sydney. I'm trying to think of a word. Hip, cool. What's the word, man? What do y'all be using? Now, I can't do the clock it because that fucks with my manhood. I can't do clock it. That's not cool. I don't know the word, but it's whatever y'all decide the Gen Zers use today, right? It was that type of spot. The coffee spot was jamming and slamming. It was cool. It was up to date. Coffee was good too. And then we also, anyway, I shouldn't tell you the whole trip because I want you to go back and listen to my episode. If I end up telling you, I tell you the story. Y'all know how I get. We'll never get to anything. I tell you the whole story. It'll be funny, and you won't be able to get to anything else news that I was talking about. Then I just ruin y'all chances to go listen to some old episodes. So I'll just be quiet on that and just say that it was a good time. So, boom. I went down another time right before Halloween. That's when I was rocking my Scream mask, and I got my Scream mask down there. I was doing a wave video and all that stuff, and it was another good time. So we plan to go again. We're going the second week of March, man. Let me tell you something. You plan something, and dude, listen, you plan something, and you're like, listen, we're going to go down there and have a good time. We're going to go down the second week of March. We're going to have a bunch of baddies with us, man. We're going to have a bunch of other people with us, man. And we're going to go down there. We're just going to rent multiple places out, bro. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to have a chill. I was like, okay, cool, dude, because I don't like to spend a lot of money down there, but I'll spend some bread for this, man. You're going to have a couple of baddies? He's like, we're going to have a couple of baddies. All right, now, it's locked in. And as y'all can see, ladies and gentlemen, things have changed in Mexico. Things have drastically changed in Mexico. All right? Things are not the same in Mexico. So before I get into it, how I was explained, how it was told to me, is whatever's happening in Mexico right now is like happening in New York, and where we're going is California. Okay. But my blackness, people, it won't let me travel across the border. My blackness won't let me. It goes, no, nigga, no. So let's go into this. Let's do a deep dive. Not a deep dive, but basically a big cartel boss gets killed by Mexican government with the help of the U.S. It could be intelligence. They could have been there. Who knows? If it was Homeland, I think the U.S. did it to set it up to get some wild shit going. But I don't know. If it's the Homeland TV show, I'm all in because what the fuck? And cartel boss gets killed, mayhem breaks. Now, it's very American of me to be a piece of shit and talk about my traveling plans, knowing damn well people are being injured and hurt and businesses are being affected by this and people that were already there are stuck there. I'm not insensitive to that. I actually am just this is what I do. I get in the flow and I talk my shit, but that shit is crazy. And I've lived in chaos my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but most of my life I grew up and lived in it where you feel like it's complete chaos, but it's like this calm chaos you live in every day. Anything could happen. Everybody is kind of on edge without showing that they're on edge, because anything can happen. When you're from the hood, that's just what it feels like. You get used to it, but nobody can get used to what you're seeing online. And that's the crazy part, because you see a bunch of stuff online and you got to figure out what part is real and what's not. This morning I get on there and there's a video that pops up, and this lady's talking about this guy who has 3 million followers. He has a big following, just like 3 million followers, whatever, right? He's making this video about how these 3 women are stuck in wherever this has happened. I told you I'm not the news, so you're not going to get great detail. You already know what's going on. Don't come to me thinking I'm going to give you all the right information. Nah, so anyway, she's talking about how this guy made a video using her and 2 other people saying that they're liberals and they're stuck in this area, in this war zone, or this battle between government and cartel. And she shows the clip of the video, and the guy who's got the big following is like, yeah, these 3 liberals are stuck. They're demanding that Trump come get them, blah, 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 blah. And then it cuts back to her. She's like, no, it's nothing like that. Look at where I'm at. She said it was like a 24-hour situation. They got it all cleaned up. It's peaceful. She was showing video around her. She said, I'm not even American. She's not white. She looked white than a motherfucker, but she wasn't white. And that she was safe. She was good. And I was like, well, what about all the other shit that I'm seeing? That's the problem, man. That's the problem. Do you feel me? Being able to figure out what is real in the media and what's not on one of your platforms, it's like one of the toughest things you got to do as a human now, especially because everybody's on it. The 60-year-old grandpa who's chasing the lady around the motherfucking nursing home for the Jell-O, he's on social media because he's probably got Facebook, and his Facebook is tailored to whatever the fuck he loves. And so now he's got to sit up here and tell everybody, no, motherfuckers in Mexico are shooting everybody. You ain't see that shit, man? Jack, you ain't seen that? All right, let's try an old man voice. Little Jack, have you been on the phone lately? They're killing everybody in Mexico. It's crazy. I don't know if that works, but it's crazy, right? So your social media it's like tailored to you. So you looking up, and then if you dig a little bit, you'll find opposite videos of what you're seeing. You're like, well, wait a minute. What I just saw on my Grizzygram, or what I just saw on the Book of the Face, doesn't add up to what I've been seeing. So I've already told them, I was like, my blackness won't let me cross the border. I can get close to it, but my ancestors going to yank me back home. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, So my boy GQ, he makes a phone call. He cooler than me. He know other people. I ain't saying who he know. I just know that nigga know other people. The nigga cool, right? So he get on the phone. He call, hey, this is me. He said, hey, this is me. So he said, hey, oh, this you? He said, yeah, this is me. He said, how Mexico looking? He said, man, because we going to go to Rocky Point, Sonora. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he said it's good. Now, when the dude said it's good, he had him on speakerphone, just kind of calm me and my boy Zay down. And he had him on speakerphone. The dude said it's good, but it was like, it's good like you can make it there and back good. Say you got a hood mechanic, he look under your car, under the hood, he checking out what's going on. He said, oh, you got a leak in the hose. And that's why your car overheating, because the hose got a hole in it and it's leaking. And you say, man, can I get home? He said, you should be able to get home, back, and then back to home. If you can go work tomorrow, you can go get to work and go back home. That's what it felt like. Oh, you can come down and you can get back. But he also said that he's got to go down there to get some furniture done up for his shop up here. So he was going there to get some furniture done, and that he would let us know. He'd give us a full report, which was real cool, because even if he gives us a full report, I'm probably still not going to go. That's what's really cool about it, because it feels like my mind is already made up unless he comes back and says, I promise y'all be good to go. Because and it feels bad because, again, you try not to be the piece of shit American. When I went to Shanghai, I was a piece of shit American, meaning like I went there and I was like, yo, this ain't nothing like Shanghai news. I know it's bad. You ain't got to tell me. I know it's bad. I'm thinking I'm supposed to get slapped in the face with a kung fu kick, and then none of that happens. I know it's bad. What am I doing? It was beautiful. Everybody in the airport was beautiful, nice. It's the American shit. You're mad because you be working your ass off all the time, and you're stressing all the time, and you're trying to find love, or you're trying to find the gym, and you're working out, and you're doing all these things, and you got kids, and you got bills, and then you get something planned, and you look up, you like, well, shit. And it's like you go into a place and a tsunami happen. Everybody like, well, shit, nigga, we didn't want the tsunami to happen either. And you mad. You like, shit. You're like, man, what about all the people? What about all the people? And I'm thinking I go down there and I get caught in some shit. Let me tell you something. I just want to say this real quick. I'm a situational hero, ladies and gentlemen. Situational. I don't put myself in situations I don't need to be in. So that makes me a situational hero. But I also feel like, I talked about this in my last episode, I talked about how I feel like if I went to All-Star in LA, that would be the big one, the big earthquake would hit. I feel like I have that type of luck. I feel like I go to Mexico, I'm going to get caught in some weird shit. And I'm a situational hero, meaning if the situation calls for it, I could save some lives. I truly believe that about myself, unless my dog is there. Humans come first unless my sweet dog is involved, Winston. That's when I have to tell you I got to come back for you. Scenario time. I'm down in Sonora. Shit pops off. I'm in a store, right? I happen to have my dog. I look over to my right. There's a woman with her daughter. I have my dog with me. They're going wild outside. One busts through the door of the store. Boom! Everybody scared. He going hammer time. He shooting out the window. I look over to my left. There's a door. There's a back door. I can get out the back door. I know I can make it. I'm going to have to look at that lady. I'm going to have to slowly pick up my dog, Winston, and mouth to her. You're going to be okay. And I'm going to have to get little. I'm going to have to hit the back door. Now, if I can hit the back door, get to a place where I can set my dog down, then I would come back. Now, when I come back, just so we're all clear, I can only put the lady and her child in my arms and cover them from harm's way. Nobody else can come. You will not put more target on my back. I will kick you. I will go back. I will grab the daughter and her lady, and I'll be out. And you never go back twice or 3 times. You go back third time, that's when the murder happened. All the movies show it. When you go back, when you're not a firefighter, you're not a police officer, you try to go back, you try to get your hands in there, you try to get to somebody else, that's when your ass gets shot and you bleed out. You go back, save 1 people. That's 2 people, 1 people. When I say 1 people, that's 2. And you save 1 people, and that's it. And you get on out of there and you say, I did what I could do. That's what I did. And me and God will sort it out. Said, man, you fast, man. I know you old, but you fast. You could have went in and got another couple people. I said, no, I couldn't, Lord Jesus. I couldn't have did it. It wouldn't let me. My ancestors wouldn't let me do it. Wouldn't let me go back in there. He said, I control the ancestors. I said, man, why you ain't let me go back? I tried to go back and get some more people. They wouldn't let me go. But that's why I'm situational hero. I see a car crash, car burning. I'm the type to bitch while I go do it. I'm Hancock. I'm like, motherfuckers can't drive, man. What the fuck, man? And I get over there and I got to get in there for the flames and I'm bitching while I'm getting, you got to learn how to motherfucking drive, cuz. What the fuck you doing, man? I'm pulling motherfuckers out, shit. I pull them out and save their life. And you know what I'm saying? I do it. I'm mad about it. My hands burnt, shit potentially burning my face. You know, this face how I make money, man. You see this beautiful face? This shit is chiseled to perfection, son. I need this shit for making money, man, putting up videos and shit. Now I got to save people's lives and stuff because of a fire. That's not situational, man. Situational. But if the Warriors are playing and I see somebody in need, you know, you feel me? If Patrick Mahomes is playing, somebody bleeding out, you know what I'm saying? Somebody next to me and they hurt and they bleeding out. And I look at the time and I'm like, well, Pat playing like 7 minutes. And I think she said they're going to be here in 4. I'm going to put this little rag on you, help you stop that bleeding. Pat about to play. I got to get home. I'm situational. This ain't my time to be a hero. I can't just apply pressure. I got to get home because Pat about to play. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Odd Nerd. Scream 7 drops tomorrow, and I'm extremely excited. I'm a little disappointed because I know that in Scream 6, they had Sydney set up, or not Sydney, the new the older sister, I can't think of her name, set up to become crazy because she's the daughter of Billy Loomis. And something happened with that. They fired her, and now she's not there no more. So they completely focused back on Sydney, which is basically like Jamie Lee Curtis. Nev Campbell's character is basically like Jamie Lee Curtis, who will forever be this character. I don't think they'll ever stop making Screams because I think Scream is like iconic. It's fun. It get brutal. Just like in 6 when he said, you know what, fuck this knife. Scream 6, he said, fuck, I'm getting this shotgun. I'm tired of this. Run around trying to get motherfuckers with blades, and it's 2025, 24, and I'm just gonna get the shotgun. We're just gonna get this over with, bro. And start popping. If you move, bow, I'm popping, folks. And I thought that was gangster. Some people don't like it because it gets away from the originality of having the blade and having to kill. But I'm like, I like that grimy shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like when you get grimy. They said this one's supposed to be some really tough kills, gruesome kills. Number 7, and I haven't watched the final trailer. I'll do a reaction to it after I'm done doing my podcast, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I just want to say this. There's not a lot of times when I get into talking about the movies and stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, this one of the ones I got to go see. So this is like my first movie of 2026 that I'm like locked in to really go get my eyes on. And then we got a whole slew of stuff coming out, but Scream is kicking off the year for me where I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. And like I said, if you haven't seen Lincoln Lawyer, please go watch it. Nev Campbell's in Lincoln Lawyer, and she is fantastic in that TV show. You know, she's really solid, especially this year. They gave her a lot to do in this past season that just dropped like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe. They gave her a lot to do, and she absolutely kills it in there. But I have a whole routine. Now, I got to talk about something. Now, this is some wild shit. I invited 2 women to this movie. I'm not proud of it. It was by accident. Most of the time, everybody be bullshitting. You can't believe it. You can't trust it. I invited 2 women to come see Scream 7 with me because you got to make sure you have a backup if you want somebody to come. I technically don't want anybody to go. I like to go to the movies by myself. I have it all locked in because a lot of times people don't know how to watch movies. People don't even know what a good movie watcher is. You know what a good movie watcher is? Let me give you an idea of a good movie watcher. All right. Somebody who has the same excitement is for you as movies. That's key. You got to have the same exact type of excitement. You got to be ready to rock and roll with me when we get in there. All right. You got to be like, oh shit, it's time to see the movie. Let's do this. We got to get there for the trailers. Even if you probably done seen the trailers like 37 times, we got to get there for the trailers. Right. Walk with me. That's number 1. They got to have the same type of excitement. You go to movies with somebody like, oh, I'll go to the movies with you. I'll go to the movies with you. That's not fun. You want to go to the movies and they got to have the same love for movies as you. They gotta want to get something from the concession stand. Yes, you'll give up a kneecap for some popcorn. Yes, you'll give up half a finger for some candy. But that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. Giving some blood, getting some candy, giving some blood, getting some soda, giving some blood, getting some popcorn. Then you go and you sit in the theater, and they gotta be happy about the seats. They gotta know why these are the seats. And if you got seats that you're locked into, like these are our favorite seats, or this is why we sit here because the sound, or, you know, just in case a motherfucker want to do some wild shit, we can get up and bust up. You know what I'm saying? We can get up and run up out this joint. You know, that type of enthusiasm with the seats. So they love movies, right? They love the concession stand, no matter how much that's going to break your pockets, right? And then they care about the seats, right? That's 3 things. I don't even know where this list is going. This is coming off the top of the head. 3 things. Those are 3. We're still going though. Trailer excitement, right? Being able to small talk trailers, because you can talk a little bit more through the trailers. You can have a little bit of conversation. You can't have a lot, but you can have some conversation through the trailers. Like, oh, that looks good. Oh, she's in this. He's in this. Oh, I gotta go see that. But you can't gab it up because we still trying to watch trailers, especially if you ain't seen the trailers. You can't just run your chops. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep gray duct tape in my pocket when I'm on a date with a woman. I don't know. So see, I was trying to be cool and be proper by saying date. I don't even call them dates. Movies ain't dates. Them meetups. Those ain't nothing but meetups. If you call a movie a date, shame on you. Them ain't nothing but meetups. You can't even talk in a movie like that. If you're a talker in a movie, I keep duct tape in my pocket. You will taste the duct tape. Now, look. That is, what is that? We got love for movies, concession stand, seats, excitement for trailers. Being able to chit-chat back and forth about trailers is a big deal. All right? And then the movie. All right? There is a certain level of quiet that comes with watching a movie. Now, I tolerate some things, but I don't tolerate too much. And once you violate this one specifically, I'll never sit through a movie with you again. And it means that much to me to be that specific about how much I will not sit with you in the movie again, right? All right, now, the movie comes on. As the beginning credits are rolling, unless that movie props like Crime 101, it kind of gets right into it. Unless that movie is kind of chilling in this intro, you can't say nothing. I mean, if it's kind of chilling, you can get your words in. You can get a couple of things like, oh, yeah, you ready for this or whatever? I'm excited. Or, ooh, look who it is. Look at that city shot. You talk about a shot. If you see a city shot, it's like, oh, yeah, that's dope, ain't it? That's really cool, ain't it? And then as the movie starts, USTF. Shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah, that worked? STFU. That thing is what it is, right? And you lock in. Now, when you're watching a movie like Scream or Seven or Crime 101, and it's playing on the level of figuring out who did what, when did woo did who, I don't mind a little bit of chatter. Not a lot, a little bit of chatter. You can even ask me a question. What you think is about? You think they did that? Or you can even drop a little bit of sound effects like, whoo, oh, If you want them people to get scared, want them ladies to get scared, wah! You jump, scream, and your little pee come out, that's fine, that's cool, right? I love that shit. Have fun in the movies, right? And if you got to ask questions, cool, but you got to keep that shit to a minimum, and your voice has got to be public library. I used to know a woman who would talk so loudly in the movie theater. I was super embarrassed. It's hard to get me embarrassed because I've lived black my whole life and everybody's always staring at me and looking at me and concerned about my existence because I'm just breathing and enjoying life like them. Now, let's go. Cool. Roll. You have to control your volume, man. When you're leaning over and you're asking questions, I don't need you to say, who do you think it is? I don't need that, bro. I know I'm being dramatic. But you just kind of, what do you think? Who you think it is? Or where'd he come from? Or what happened? If you don't know the history of Scream or something like that, you can ask me some shit. I know all about Scream. I'll whisper over tell you. But you can't be an over talker. Soon as I find out you're an over talker, I got to let you go. And if you're too much, I got to pull out the duct tape. It's not a pretty sight when I pull out the duct tape. I've never done it. Never had to do it, but it won't be a pretty sight. And that's what makes a good movie watcher. Being able to have the excitement and a good balance to talk to super chill mode. If you in a movie starting, you got to have a good balance to oh yes. And then, but it's primarily just being able to chill and watch and enjoy. Have some banter, have some sound effects. Just don't be loud. And don't fuck up the experience for everybody else. Oh my God, I am Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd. That boy know what he's talking about, man. That's all I'm saying. Oh man, that coffee is hitting. That coffee is hitting. So we talked about me going to Mexico. I'll update y'all about if I'm going to actually go. You know, we'll get the update. I'll give you the update and go from there. This is a little bit more serious. Not even serious, but it goes back to sports and betting, right? It has made you feel so paranoid when you bet that you could look up and somebody could literally just be having a bad game and you think that they're on the take. It is crazy how that shit creates a paranoia in your mind to be like, oh, no, he is bull crapping. I know he ain't missed these many shots. He on the take. He needs to be investigated. Some of the funniest things I do when it's cracking, when it's betting time and games are going, is I like to get on Twitter and just see how many people are bitching about it. Because you know who be bullshitting. You look up and you, Bam Adebayo is one of them guys, man. You look up and you're like, are you playing with people's money? People really believe that. Like, oh, no, he on the take. I don't believe Bam on the take, but you playing with people's money? Because Bam's on the Olympic team, man. When I look up and I say, hey, Bam gets 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds. Bam got 2 rebounds at the end of the third. I say, oh, I can see how you can get to he on the take. Check his family, make sure his family good. Because how does Bam only got 2 rebounds? And it puts crazy thoughts in your mind that these are just humans and they're flawed and they're playing a sport that they love. It's a long season. Some nights you have it, some nights you don't. You still play a game, right? There's a game within a game. Tempos switch. Some players mind frame switch. Some players play harder in the third. Some players play harder in the second. Some people all turn it up. Everybody try to turn it up in the fourth. Rhythm. All these things play a part. And when you got money up, it's not like you shouldn't be putting your last up. When you put your money up, you want to, it's that feeling of like, it can't be that I got 7 things right and on the 8th thing, this motherfucker playing me. He on the take. It be like that, though. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. If every time I put $5 down around my grandma and my $5 was gone, my grandma go to church every Sunday. But every time I put the $5 down and every time I come back, the $5 is gone. There's 2 things happening. She's taking it and she's taking that money she's putting in the church. But she's taking my money. And if I ask, hey, man, where my $5? That's how I feel. See, I got my eyes on you. But betting does something to you. You know how many guys they be like, look, man, I'm like motherfuckers be 1 away from $7 grand, $8 grand, $15 grand. Ooh. I think the closest I've been to like a bet cashing in that was real close was like 5,400. I think it was like 2 rebounds from Draymond Green or some shit. It was some of the most brutal work ever. Cause there's a little bit of spend the money. There's a little bit of spend the money in it. You know what I'm saying? When you look, you're like, oh, Draymond about to get these 2 rebounds. I know he about to get these 2 rebounds, especially if you like midway through the third. You're like, oh, Draymond gonna get these 2. Don't you trip. Draymond, Green 2 years ago, Green gonna get these rebounds. Don't you trip. Draymond got me. He gonna get me these 2. And you look up, you're like, oh man, it's the 4th quarter. Draymond ain't got the 2 rebounds. He's like, okay, now that's when you get closer to the screen, you start looking. You start begging Steve Kerr. Steve, put it back in the game. What's Steve doing? Steve, bullshit. Y'all losing the lead. Put Draymond back in the game. Put him back in the game. And that's when Steve decides that Draymond needs a longer rest than usual. A longer rest than usual. And you start thinking to yourself, just Draymond got 5 fouls? Why is he not putting him back in the game? Why is he not putting the game? You go look. You say, oh, Draymond only got 3 fouls. Why he ain't playing them? They losing the lead. They was up by 10. They down by 4 now. Why is he ain't put Draymond back in the game? And all of a sudden you look up, 4 minutes left. He put Draymond back in the game. You're like, cool. You're like, okay, he back in the game. I know he gonna get these 2 rebounds because everybody's shooting threes. Everybody firing up. He gonna get these rebounds. And then you look up. The clock is at 0. Before that clock was at 0, You was like, "Ooh, I'm about to get me another Xbox. I'm about to pay this bill." Because you know Draymond Green is getting the 2 rebounds. You know he is. There's no way that he's not getting them. He doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't.
Tatum, just get in the car.
Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney.
You just know Draymond Green's getting 2 rebounds. So you've already spent the money in your head. You thought about what woman you was going to take out. Ooh, I'm going to take out Sarah. Sarah's half and half. She looked good, too. Nope. And it's turned people into something, and it takes away from the sport just a little bit, enjoying the sport. It makes people watch more, but it makes you more aggressive towards players that you love, or players you semi-love, or players that you love to see play in the NBA. It may not be your favorite guy. It may not be your second favorite guy, but you love to see him a part of a team or part of your team who have a real impact on your team winning. Ultimately, that's what it's about, watching the competition and how hard these guys go and them executing at a high level, stuff you're not able to do. That's what makes sports so cool. This is stuff that you're not able to do. You're not that great at it. These guys are the best of the best at it, and they're going out there and they're playing their hardest. But also, you know, watching teams tank is really becoming a disgusting thing, and that goes along with betting. So I'll be like, oh, I'm about to bet on the Nets and Claxton getting, these teams they're tanking. They don't even care anymore. They like, nah, fam, this is Tank Central, and all of them tanking. All of them tanking. So you got to be careful on that. But betting has really changed how you look at sports and how you look at players. And I don't think it should be like that, man. You enjoy. It's like when I bet on Steph. Let's say I get a bet on Steph for 25. Steph don't get 25. It's like, Steph getting 25, they got the win, though. And I try to never forget that. There's been times I bitched at you, Steph. That's definitely snipes. There's been times that I'm like, come on, baby, hit the 3. Hit the 3. And you end up 2 for 8. Not the greatest shooter on earth doing this to his boy. I'm your fan. Look in the corner, man. It ain't nothing but shoes, man. Hit the 3, Steph. Hit the 3. We be so bad at these guys. These guys give us all they got. Well, most of them do. A lot of them. It's no way some of them can't be on the. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. I love the sport of basketball. The X's and O's, the execution. Well, betting. Can you imagine you a hard-working construction man, dude? You doing 60 hours a week on the job. You know what I'm saying? Your boy at the job be putting up bets, and y'all all be putting them in, and you don't want to work that job no more, and you got a girl at the house that be on your back. You got 2 or 3 of them little things running around the crib. And you like, man. And you at lunch, and you got the bet. You put the bet in, you like, cool, whatever. So you doing overtime. You don't get home till 8:39. But on your way home, you look on the app, and you like, Wembanyama only need 1 more block and 1 more rebound for 25 foul. There's no way. So that construction worker stops, pulls over, and he's just looking at the app. And you say, oh, shit, it's fourth quarter. It's 6 minutes left. And then Wembanyama get the block. All he needs one more rebound. It's 7-4 Wembanyama. And it's 2 minutes left. He just need one more rebound. 25,000. I worked so hard. 25,000 on the side of the road. Come on, baby. You only put $10 down, but it was a big ass parlay. Everybody calling everybody. Mike, you see this shit? He one more rebound away from everybody winning. Oh my God. The clock hits 0. You got to go home. You go home. Your girl nagging and why you ain't get home? You home late. Where you been? You get here at 8:05 and you just 8:29 and you getting that and the kids running around daddy. And you know how mad that make you? I was one rebound away from $25,000. None of you niggas in here can make me happy. That's what betting do to you. Wembanyama seems like a nice dude. But if you meet him after that, if you just say you travel for work, you got to go down there and if it's construction work down there in San Antonio, you got to go to San Antonio. And then they taking everybody that work for the construction site to the San Antonio game. And everybody that's on the construction site get to meet the Spurs. And you meet when it's going to be hard for you to meet Wembanyama. Especially if it's a week ago. You like, ain't no way for you not to tell him. Like, man, look. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I don't even really fuck with you like that, dog. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't even want to meet you. What is the problem? You know, I don't know how that's just so fucked up because I don't know how French people what's the right? And he's like, man, look. I need you to get one more rebound, man. One more rebound, I'd had $25K. 24 other things hit. I need one more rebound from Wembanyama, bro. From you. And I couldn't get it. You know what I had to walk into after that Wembanyama? Well, pulled in my driveway. It was 8:29. And I was in my work boots. I took those off because the wife don't want me tracking through the floor with my work boots on. When I took them off at the door, there was a Lego there at the bottom. I stepped on the Lego. I don't know how the Lego got outside. And I stepped through the door. She immediately attacked me about the time that I got home, man. And it was a non-stop automatic weapon attack. And then the kids came in. They attacked me because they loved me, but they wanted me to give them some energy and attention. And I was coming off a 12, 13-hour shifty shift. And I work about 60 hours a week, Wembanyama. You can't go anywhere. You're going to stay here. You're going to listen to me. And as I was getting berated by the kids, and then my wife was automatic weapon shooting me while I was home late, and I'm always this and I'm always that, I thought back to the opportunity I had the chance to take my family to Disneyland, take my wife to Disneyland because I was going to win $25K. That was in my mind. I was going to take them to Disneyland. $25K was in my mind. I thought about how much tax they was going to pull out of that. I said they're going to do 8% tax. I'm going to have like this month, 16, 17. Okay, cool. I'm going to take them to Disneyland. And then Wembanyama, you changed my whole day, brother. So I don't want your autograph, man. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get Castle's autograph. I'm going to get Vazel's autograph. I'm going to take pictures with them, man. But I'm cool because you played me on the one. You played me on the one. I am Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd. Thank you for listening to the Odd Nerd Podcast. I am out of here. And yes, that story was all off the top. I don't know how I do it. I love you. I'm goofy. And maybe we'll be a little bit more different next week. You don't know. Make sure you stay loved. Stay loved. I'm going to do this Scream trailer reaction here in just a second. Yes, we do. Yeah. Peace. I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.